What's going on, guys? This is Brian again from Brian's Beverage Corner, and today I have the pleasure of reviewing and giving spotlight and homage to a really, really great brewery, Kona Brewing in Hawaii. So I have the box right here. So this variety pack, this is their Island Hopper variety pack. Now, if you were here or tuned in a couple weeks ago, you would know that I did like one of their big name beers. I did the Big Wave, the Golden Ale, which was really good. Ron was here. He liked it. I love it. But today we're gonna do a whole spotlight on the rest of the variety pack, which is gonna be their longboard lager, island lager, the Castaway India Pale Ale, and something that you can either only get in Hawaii or in the variety pack, the Kua Bay IPA. So I'm really excited because these guys are very, I feel like, they're very underrated. I feel like their beers are really, really good. They have a lot of stuff out right now that, what's up, Eric? They have a lot of stuff out right now, and there's a lot about them that I didn't know. And I did a lot of research on these guys so that I can give you guys the best review possible. So I went online, and to start, I'm going to talk about a little bit of their story, a little bit of their history. So they were founded in 1994 by Cameron Healy and his son, Spoon Kalsa. So they have two locations. If you go online, they have one in Oahu and they have one on the main island of Hawaii. And their beers all represent something. They all have stories behind them, which is awesome. And a big part of their mission and their goal is to brew with sustainability. They use solar power for the brewery itself. The on-site gardens are watered with recycled water. They try to do everything sustainable, everything environmentally friendly. They use leftover grains to make the pizza crust that they make for their food. Like, that's incredible that they're doing something like this, especially in a time like now, where going green and being sustainable to do that. They've reduced reliance on transportation fuel for raw materials, such as packing and distribution, by bottling, canning, and producing their beer all over, which is awesome. So that way that anyone in any market in the country can get Kona beer. And I know that works for Kona, and they didn't know we were doing this until they found out from Eric. So it was cool when they reached out to us to say that they were excited to see this. So I hope they watch it and enjoy it. But so today is basically, just like I said, honoring a brewery that has a lot of history, a lot of good things come out of it. Basically, so they also, besides being going green and stuff like that, they also do give back a lot. They do a lot of charity stuff. They'll do donations for charities. If you go on their website, if you are a nonprofit organization that falls in the parameters, and just have the same, they are more than happy to help out in any way they can. And it said on their website that they donated $250,000 to nonprofit organizations. And the two big ones that they had on the website were the Surfrider Foundation and the Blue Planet Foundation. So definitely go check those out as well. So to start on the beers, because to go story, their history, and everything that you need to know about the organization. And today we're going to be reviewing the Island Hopper Variety Pack. Now, there are other beers that they make, and they have a lot of products, but this was what someone bought for me and wanted me to try, so that's what I'm going with. So the first one we're doing today is going to be the Longboard Island Lager. Now, the variety pack itself is great. I love variety packs. I think it helps breweries get their products out, let people know what they're working with, and kind of gives a span. I know other breweries do it. They'll have an IPA series, stuff like that. But I like that these guys went with a little bit extra variety and did multiple types, which is great. Also, as a sucker for the artistic style, like you can't beat this almost. Like that's amazing. Very vibrant colors, very relaxed colors. I love the logo. It's great. So to start with, so the variety pack comes in. I looked online, and it runs no matter where you are about $15 to $16 for a variety pack in stores, which is a great price. That's you can't beat prices like that, especially if you're someone that's looking to get something different. You know you're going to spend a good amount of money, and I don't like that's a like I think that's a deal. Like $15 to $16 for a good variety pack. So going back to the beers, we're going to start off with the Island Lager, the Longboard. And I went on their website, and I'm telling you guys, like I'm so happy I put the link in the description this time around, because they have a story for like every single beer that they've ever made, or like what the inspiration was behind the design. So as you can see, like the longboard, they have the longboards out here. Nice beach design. I like the red outline. Definitely like a little bit more comforting, a little bit more homey. Let me get into here. So I have down the the description of the beers, what it's based on, if it has like a base story, and then the brewer's notes. So like what they believe is what they know is in the beer. And I'm going to see today if I can taste the same things or like experience the same things that they have. Also on their websites for every beer, each beer has its own food pairings that you can click on and you can read as well. So the Longboard Island Lager is a crisp, pale gold lager made with choice malts and aromatic hops. Brewed in the traditional lager style, it's a smooth and easygoing beer that never goes out of style, ever. Longboard Lager is based on the local longboarding culture, which started over 90 years ago by the great Duke, hopefully I'm not butchering this up, Kahanamoko. And obviously, like a lot of people, like when they think of surfing and longboarding, they think of Hawaii, and that's basically and it's been a big culture. So let's look at this color right now. Let me pour a little bit more in here so you guys can see better. So I love it already. It looks great. It looks very refreshing. Coming in at like 4.6%. It has 20 IBUs. I'm doing all the stats today, guys. I'm giving these guys the full 100%. I did all the research. I wanted to give these guys the full, like the whole 9 yards. Like we did Departed Souls, and that episode got thrown. We decided to do it when I was there, and so I went above and beyond this time around to make sure that every brewery gets their 100%, gets 100% of me. And so at 20 IBUs, this comes in not bitter at all. It shouldn't be bitter at all. It doesn't smell bitter. No, that smells great. Oh, that's beautiful. Comes in at 4.6% ABV, and I was a little shocked, to be honest. So Kona's so obviously you guys know I use beeradvocate.com to get ratings and stuff like that on beers, and I was a little surprised. So the beer came in at a 3.39 average, which was rated by the people that use the website. I'm going to give it my own rating. I feel like that's low, because their other two beers that we're doing today are a lot higher. And the hops that are used in here is Mount Hood, Hallertau, Sterling, and Millennium hops. So let's get into this. Let's see, because it says very easygoing, gold lager style. So this should be very light, very smooth. You know, like the malts they use are going to be prominent, but they're not going to be overbearing. Ooh, that's nice. That's great. That's very smooth. And lagers tend to be smooth in general because they're not brewed as heavy and as. What's up, Mr. Traina? Cheers to you, my friend. Mr. Traina was my media teacher. He got me into, so he basically like started the whole me doing acting and all the media stuff. And he also helped us, like Eric, Corey, and the guys that you see on Biked Entertainment all the time. So definitely a big shout out to him. But so for this beer, I can taste the malts they use. I don't have them written down, but if you go on their website, they have a list of them. But the hops that mixed together is so good. It definitely complements the beer, and you can have this with a nice meal. It's not heavy at all, so any like light meals would probably go well with this. You could probably do chicken with this, chicken with a side salad and a little bit of dressing just to give it a little bit more, and that's really good. So I don't think a 3.39 is good enough for this. I think this is at least like a 3.5. So the next beer that we're going to be talking about is the Castaway IPA. And there was a lot about this one as well that I thought was cool. So Castaway IPA, the description online says, take a sip of this copper-colored IPA and you'll taste bold, citrusy hops with a touch of mango and passion fruit, balanced by rich caramel malts. Castaway IPA has a clean, crisp finish that's as fresh as the wind in your face when you set sail for adventure. Now, I love the way they describe these beers online. I believe that a story can tell you everything you need to. Well, it should tell you everything you need to know, but I feel like theirs paints a picture for you, like more than like the average. Like you can have a storyline, you can have a backstory, but these guys really go above and beyond to give you kind of what they're seeing in real life. So the Castaway IPA on their website, as you can see, with the guy sailing, they base it on the Kauai Channel, or known as the Channel of Bones, between Oahu and Molokai. Was a particularly treacherous route filled with steep emerald green volcanic sea cliffs and shark-infested waters. It is 26 miles long, if I read the website right, and it's still today an adventure seeker for people that want to try to for Olympic swimmers and like people that want to try to sail across it. But it still is, they say it's still very like treacherous water. So definitely be careful if you are that adventure seeker going out there. So let's pour this out while I give the rest of the stats. So this one comes in at 50 IBUs. And for those of you that don't know what IBUs are, it's the International Bitters Unit. Wow, that they were not joking on that copper color. That is spot on. It comes in at 50 IBUs, which to me, I always known that as basically a standard. I will, Eric. I'll definitely pour one out for you, man. This one's out for you, Eric. So I always say with IBUs, anything under 50, you're going to have a lot lighter, not as hoppy, not as like grainy kind of stuff. Anything 50 to 65 is kind of normal. And anything over 65, you're hitting more of that like heavier IPA kind of style. You're hitting more hoppy, definitely more bitter tastes. This one had a 3.7 on beeradvocate.com. It comes in at 6% flat, and the hops it uses are Millennium, Galaxy, Citra, and the Chinook hops. So let me just get a little aroma set here. I could definitely smell the hops, but it's very light. It's not overbearing. It's not something that like you pop the bottle open, you could smell it a mile away. Like this is something that is definitely very easing for an IPA, and I'm hoping that crispness that it talks about and all that citrus comes out in the taste as well. So you do get hit with the citrus right away, and there is a little bit of hoppy aftertaste to it, but that's not bad. That's not a bad thing at all. Fruit. It does say a touch of mango and passion fruit, so I wouldn't expect it to be super potent in the taste, but it's definitely very rounded out. The malts are very prominent though as well, and you don't really get that hoppiness till the end. And this is a standard IPA style. There's nothing, I can't see anything wrong with this. I mean, the 3.7 is a great score, and I believe it's the right score. Eric and I were talking about this before I did the show. A lot of people don't know a lot about Kona because they're from Hawaii, so everyone thinks that like only the West Coast is going to have a lot of their products, and they are available on the East Coast. I know a lot of our viewers are like New York, New Jersey, and then like sprinkled around everywhere else. But you can get Kona at almost anywhere in the country. They have a lot of locations that ship to like all regions of the country. And for New York, New Jersey, Total Wine sells a lot of their products. I looked online just to make sure. And I know at Total Wine that they run like 16, and if you're in other states that have like Walmart that sell beer, Walmart carries it. Another big carrier is Walmart, and they're like $1 cheaper, depending on where you go. But definitely a nice IPA. Definitely something. I mean, like it's bright and sunny out in California today, and I could definitely be sitting on my balcony, like drinking this, like just enjoying the day. Now, the next beer, which I think is going to be, which I'm very interested in because on their website, I had to go into their only available, like only Hawaii available to find it because the Kua Bay is only in the variety pack, or you can only get it in Hawaii. Now I don't know. That's just what the website says. I don't know how often they update it, but this beer didn't have a storyline behind it, so I would love to hear from them to see what the story was behind this beer because it looks very nice. Aloha. Also, I didn't mention this before, but their like mission statement on their website is incredible. They talk about what aloha really means, and as much as people know it means hello and goodbye, it also means like love and peace and stuff like that. And basically, like their mindset is the aloha mind is the like aloha mindset, where it's peace, love, nature, everything combined together, which I think is amazing. And that's what they want to spread, and that's why they do everything that they can to give a very green process to their brewing. Give back to local communities, give back to people that are trying to do good in the world. So to give more spotlight on the Kua, I love the artwork, by the way, guys. So I didn't mention it. I didn't do it on the Castaway, so I'll do it now. Like the vibrant colors. I love the artwork of the man sailing. Oh, Rybo, I love you too. And I recently watch. I don't want to say I'm embarrassed to say this, but I really hope no one looks at me differently saying this. I saw Moana for the first time on my flight back to California when I came back from Jersey, and I just love all the colors. So if you look on the box, it basically goes bright blue, red, green, and then like a little bit darker blue. The light blue is the big wave, and we did that a couple weeks ago. I think like 3 weeks ago. So definitely check that episode out. But we gave it a really good score because I've mentioned before, I've chosen, if I see Kona in a bar, that's all I'll drink. I'll choose that over a lot of other things because I don't see it very often in bars, and I believe that more places should have it. But I love the green outlines and everything like that. The green label cap. I'm moving it down because I have my Word document in front of me, so you probably see this a lot better than I do. But so for this one, for the Kua Bay, I love the surfing, the beach atmosphere. Definitely very it's just very relaxing. I just feel calm, cool, and collected. When I'm looking at this stuff. The color scheme is just very, very nice. And so for this one, Kua Bay is a bright, bold, also copper-colored IPA. Piney hops, spices, and a subtle caramel maltiness make it a delicious beer that's both full-bodied and flavorful. This one comes in a little bit higher at 60 IBUs, so this is a little bit higher on the IBU scale. The color is almost exactly the same as the other one. So there you go. Comes in at 7.4%, so it is a little bit heavier. The score was a little bit higher too. So the Castaway was a 3.7, and then the Kua Bay was a 3.76. Using sharing in the Millennium hops, but this one has Centennial and Cascade hops as well. Also, I think the malts are different as well. If you look on their website, they have a list of the malts. Oh, that smells great. I will say it is. I do taste it is a tad bit more bitter, but that's to be expected with a higher IBU count. But it's nice. It's very. It's not. It doesn't cut as much. And what I mean by that is a lot of times when you drink something super bitter or something with a very bold flavor, it can cut through other things. That's why people pair certain wines together with certain foods and beer with food, because certain items will cut through a flavor while others will complement. And I believe that this would not cut through too much unless you eat something super light like a salad. Then this would cut right through it. But if you're eating a steak or something, if you're eating like a nice steak, or if you're eating like barbecue, like barbecue chicken or something like that with like a heavy sauce, I think this would complement very well. Or like a nice like pan seared fish with some like sauce on it. I think this would do very well. And I'm trying to think of the words to describe it. It's because I don't want to describe this done. I do get more of that maltiness at the end, whereas in the Castaway I got the hoppiness at the end. But the aroma is very enticing. The aroma is enticing. Like it's very well put together. The hops, the spices, everything kind of, everything kind of comes together very well. Now on top of that, I will say that I believe I would love to dive into some of their other products. Like I said, on their website, they have a lot more than I expected. They are definitely a bigger operation than I thought. I don't know other Hawaiian local breweries, so I would hope that if someone can like comment and reach out about it. But I know they have two restaurants like attached to their breweries, and they're very highly rated as well. So not only are their beers really good, but their food is really good too. So looking through their website, they have a ton of information. Their merchandise page is very nice. I have a couple things on my wish list from their merch section. So definitely go check them out. And at the bottom of the website, every time you scroll all the way down where it says like the contact us, stuff like that, you can put your name and your email in and join the Kona Ohana. And basically you'll receive updates on events, upcoming beers, and it even says that they'll throw in a couple special offers like for people that, join the family. And I think that's awesome. I feel like a lot of people, especially beer people, would just looking at their website and looking at how they run their organization, how they run the business, how they like put a lot of love into their product. These guys are a very family oriented place, and I believe that anyone going on a Hawaiian vacation should check these guys out. I know when I go to Hawaii, I'm gonna go, like, hands down. And the fact that they're willing to do a little bit extra to give you updates on what's going on and anything that they're going to be doing at their location, it shows that they want to give something else that other breweries may not do because they're a bigger name and stuff like that, or they're on the mainland U.S., whereas Hawaii has to go above and beyond to get their product across the country. But they do it in a way that just is so different because they're trying to do it with sustainability. Let me see what else I got here. So yeah, that's basically everything. Like, their website will give you 10 times more. I just wanted to put them in the spotlight because I believe that they're a company and they're a brewery that deserves a lot more than, like, at least in my opinion, what they're getting right now. And Eric and I talked a lot about how not a lot of people, California is right there in comparison to Hawaii as New Jersey, New York, but it is available on the East Coast. And if you look for it, you will find it. There are a lot of places that sell their products. The liquor store that Ed and myself worked at, that specific location was the only one in the company that didn't sell it, and I would have sold it if I worked with a distributor that sold Kona Brewing products, because every other store sold it, and I looked at their numbers, and their numbers were good. People buy Kona products. Like there's a reason that their numbers are high. It's because it's good beer, and it's very well priced. So the Kua was given a 3.76. I agree with the score. It's definitely very well, definitely better than your average beer. I would definitely buy the variety pack again in the future, but they also, I saw on their website, they do seltzers now. A lot of people are doing seltzers, and with the summer coming up and the weather getting warmer, a lot of people are going to start going seltzers, especially for the calorie count and stuff like that. But they have amazing flavors. Now, I know they do make a regular lime, but if you go on their website, they have every flavor broken down, and they do have some very interesting flavors. I would have, so like I said, the Big Wave was done a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna keep looking in the future, because I do believe that their other beers deserve a spot on the show. So final thoughts: Kona Brewing out of 10, definitely on the higher end, 8.7, 8.75. They are amazing. Their business plan is amazing. The way they run their operations is awesome. I've never met anyone from there, but they seem like they seem like super friendly people. And I would love to go check out the brewery. I would love to check out their operations, see what they're working with, see how they do stuff, and see them, because these guys put a lot of effort into their work and a lot of love into their work. And even their ambassadors, if you go on their website, they will show you, they do have ambassadors that promote the product. And those people are really living like the Kona lifestyle. Like those people, like they really show, and they truly show and live what Kona's about. And that's awesome. You can see their stories, you can see what their mission is, and it's great. So go out there. Like I said, it's $15, $16 for the variety pack. I think it's about $8.50, $8 to $9 for like a 6-pack of either the Big Wave or the Longboard. I've never seen the Castaway in a 6-pack over here. I've seen the other two, but if I had to guess, and please, anyone from Kona, tell me if I'm wrong, probably tack on an extra dollar or two for an IPA, because that's how it usually is. But overall, I was very, very happy, very, very pleased. It was so much fun doing the research for this brewery, and it just made me want to go and make me want to try the beers that much more. And I was so excited to do this episode. So if you guys like this episode, definitely let us know what you think. Please give us your opinions. If there's and especially for Kona products, if you guys go on their website and see something that you want me to review, please tell me. I think I'm going to do an episode on their seltzers. I know some people have asked me about doing a seltzer review, because they just want me to. So if I do, the first seltzer episode is going to be the Kona seltzers. So definitely check out their link in the description. Go on their website, check out their beers, check out their merchandise, and definitely comment, and let me know what you guys thought. And until next time, I'm Brian. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a great day.